If you are joining us on YouTube, we just went live. So if you're joining us on YouTube, this is the Pro and Master Rock Shifter class, heat number 2. We're starting the broadcast a little early today. So we're going to catch the action here in the shifter class for heat number 2 and Master 100cc. And we are scheduled to go green for our main events at 2:35. So in our 125 shifter class, kart number 416, Ryan Martin is your pole sitter. Off pole, Henry Barton, kart number 430. Kevin Woods, kart number 494, is in third. Brian Keck is in fourth, kart number 422. Brad Lloyd, kart number 418. And Tazio Otis, kart number 472. And for our Masters, pole sitter Patrick O'Neill, kart number 564. And Michael Gouache, kart number 591. So we have a green flag, green, green, green. Driver's going into turn 1. Everybody makes it without incident. And it looks like Henry Barton got the whole shot. So that puts Ryan Martin into second. Kevin Woods is in third. Brian Keck is in fourth. So Henry Barton is our young driver in this class. His teammate Ryan Martin is in second. His other teammate Kevin Woods is in third. And Ryan Martin pushes Barton up the hill. Now they're going to drag race down the straightaway. Let's see, Kevin Woods, is he going to go into the inside? Nothing there for Kevin. But we have Ryan Martin back in first. We have Henry Barton in second. Kevin Woods in third. Brian Keck is running in fourth. Kevin Woods to the inside of Barton going into Kramer. Makes it stick. Keck follows him through on the other side. So Keck is in third. So Barton gets shuffled back to fourth. So it looks like that's going to be Brad Lloyd in fifth. Patty O'Neill in sixth. Tazio Otis in seventh. Michael Gouache in eighth. So Brian Keck is in So Ryan Martin is our current leader. Kevin Woods is in second. Brian Keck is in third. Henry Barton's in fourth. So let's see if Kevin Woods or Brian Keck can chase down our race leader. Again, this is heat number 2. And we are live on YouTube from Sonoma Raceway for the second round of the ROK Cup Championship, brought to you by Sanzaru Games. So Ryan has about a 2-kart lead right now over teammate Kevin Woods. So I usually give Kevin Woods a lot of airtime because a couple of years ago he was running in the Masters class. I say he dropped down to run with the seniors, and every race that he's run with the seniors, he's been in the top 3. The one exception was the last race He swept the event to the main event and then left the track early. So currently Ryan Martin is in the lead. Kevin Woods is in second. Brian Keck is in third. Ryan Martin is cart number 416. So I took a break with the talking for a moment. So back on the track. Once again, we have Ryan Martin. But keep an eye on Brian Keck, who's sitting in third. Let's see if he's going to try to make a pass on Kevin Woods here. So Keck, he's had limited time in the kart this year. He's trying to heal up a rib injury from a few races ago. But he has really good pace right now. Let's see if he makes a pass. Nope, not enough there. So Keck looks to go the inside, going into one, nothing there. He tucks in behind Kevin Woods. Meanwhile, if these drivers keep battling, this might allow Ryan Martin to pull out a little bit of a gap. And once again, if you're just joining us on YouTube, this is heat number 2. Round 2, ROK Sonoma. Brought to you by Sanzaru Games. Well, looks like Ryan Martin got a little loose coming out of tic-tac-toe. Kevin Woods has a nice run going up the hill. Second and third are definitely closing the gap on Ryan Martin. These drivers are definitely closing the gap on Ryan Martin. Looks like we're going to have 2.5 laps to go in heat number 2. And this is our Pro Rock Shifter and Master Rock Shifter. Speaking of Master Rock, Patrick O'Neill is running in 5th overall as your class leader in Master Rock. And Michael Gouache is running in 8th overall, and he's 2nd in Master Rock Shifter. So some of you on YouTube may notice that the tic-tac-toe section is different now. It was reconfigured before the last event. So generally the speed in the middle of tic-tac-toe is a little slower than people are used to. A little bit more technical. It looks like Brian Keck is getting a run on Kevin Woods. We have a white flag. Let's see if Brian tries to do something here. So Ryan Martin has about a 2-kart lead over Kevin Woods. Kevin Woods has no cushion to Brian Keck. And from Brian Keck to Henry Barton, there's about a 15-kart cushion. So let's keep an eye on Brian Keck right now. And it looks like Ryan Martin is going to take the heat race win. Kevin Woods in 2nd, Brian Keck in 3rd, Henry Barton in 4th. Patty O'Neill 5th, Brad Lloyd 6th, Tazio Otis 7th, Michael Gouache in 8th. And next, our last heat race of the day, the Master 100cc will be our last heat race of the day. And as another reminder, between the heats and the main, we will play the national anthem. And we are scheduled to go live for main events at 2:35. And back to our racing action on the track. This is our 100cc Masters class, 100C Masters. Your pole sitter, Josh Budafoco. Off pole, Scott Formennick. Third, Kieran James. Fourth, Andrew Waite. Fifth, John Madrigal. Sixth, Shane Howe. Seventh, Dan Rivera. So the drivers are coming down the straightaway. We're going to see if they're going to get the green flag. And we are green for the final heat race of the day. And it looks like that is Josh out in the lead. Josh Budafoco is out in the lead. And I'll try to see if that's Scott Formennick in second. So Kieran James slotted into second on that start. Scott Formennick is running in third. So the drivers are coming out of tic-tac-toe, coming up the hill. There's your race leader, Josh Budafoco. Oh, and contact is made in the middle of the pack. Let me try to see if I can see the helmet. But one of our drivers went over the curb, had no control of the cart, smashed into his competitor, and it looks like we're going to have two carts that are off. I can't see the cart numbers from the tower, but we have two drivers that are off. They actually might be teammates, but I'm not sure. Josh Buttafuoco is your leader. He already has a 2.5 second lead over Kieran James and John Madrigal. It looks like Scott Fermenick is running in fourth. So right now on the track, we're going to have some action for second place. So Kieran James is leading this pack. It looks like Scott went to the inside of Monaco, and they did a crossover, no position change. So this battle here is for second. So we have a battle between Kieran James, John Madrigal. So our race leader is Josh Buttafuoco. Let me try to get some numbers here so we can see this battle for second. So this is our battle for second right here. Once again, this is the 100cc Masters class. So Kieran James has been holding that number 2 spot for most of the race. And John Madrigal has tried many times to get around. Sets him up wide. They go through the S's. Now they're entering Laguna. The 3 drivers will go down to tic-tac-toe. So with the new change in tic-tac-toe, it's a more technical section. Looks like Madrigal has a good run coming up the hill. And Shane Howe, Kart number 769, he's in fourth. Oh, Madrigal! Contact is made between Madrigal and Kieran James. Let me double check the Kart numbers. I might be off on the names. So let's see here. Kart number 723. No, that was John Madrigal. He made it through clean. So we lost Kieran James and we lost Shane Howe during the contact. Let's see here. One of those drivers is pulled off the track, but now we're very spread out. So our race leader, Kart number 712, Josh Buttafuoco. So it looks like we have Josh on the camera here. He is our current leader. Couple laps back, we had a great battle for second, but contact was made between Shane Howe and Kieran James. So it looks like Madrigal's trying to tuck and close the gap. But he's pretty far back. And so it looks like it was Shane Howe is the driver that was able to continue after the contact. So we had lost Kieran James. So out of the race at this time is Kieran James, kart 768, Scott Fermanic, kart number 744, and Andrew Waite, kart number 725. So we're going to have 1.5 laps to go. Here comes Josh, going to grab the white flag. Here comes John Madrigal across the line. So here is our overall race leader, heat number 2, 100cc Masters. This is our last heat race of the day. So it looks like Josh is going to grab the checkered flag. So here comes Josh Budafuco. I'm going to have to be real careful with this name. And here comes John Madrigal, kart number 723. And then kart number 169, or 769 of Shane Howe. So next up, we will do the national anthem. We will do the national anthem after the drivers come off the track. And we are scheduled to go green for main events at 2:35, starting with the 125 shifter limited class. 125 shifter limited. You should be on grid A. Grid B, micro and mini. Grid B, micro and mini. We are getting ready for our main events.
How many cars out there? 3? Expensive race. supposed to line up?
Jody.
My blinker has fluid in it. We need to get the fluid replaced.
Your headlights don't
All right, racers, let's get ready for the main event. First up is going to be the 125 Shifter Limited. Our front row, Pat Beckley, cart number 43. Off pole, Steve Piggott, cart number 15. $125 Shifter Limited is going to be next. Cart number 22, Brian Devert. And we have cart number 85, Travis Bowles. So this is our limited 125 shifter class. This will be our main event.
Flows like wine. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
So the 125 shifters, they will run 20 laps for their main event.
How many? What did he just say?
20 laps.
No!
Still 20 laps.
No! Time out!
Did you really?
He did say 20.
20 laps.
Woo!
This is race number 2 here at ROK Sonoma. We are streaming live on YouTube.
A little bit.
No!
You can share the ROK Sonoma YouTube page with your friends and family. So Pat Beckley, cart number 43. He started his karting career in the Briggs & Stratton package out at the Blue Max Kart Club.
They always bring that up.
Then he moved up to the 125 tag rock class. And then last year he started racing the 125 shifter.
We're going to clarify.
Cart number 22, Brian Devert. He's having a solid run today. He's starting in third.
No, I'm saying.
Cart number 37, Ori Della Pena.
Well, a stock, a limited stock class. The stock on and the limited from the same line.
Cart number 16, Nicholas Kolivas.
Oh, I'm done with this. You made it.
Cart number 19, Steve Cameron.
Actually, I think we're switching around.
Yeah, there was no one to tell. I knew we were in this row. I didn't know which side.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Apparently there's no
I don't know where Steve Cameron is.
I mean, we can just start in the front if we want. Yeah.
Steve Cameron to the grid. Steve Cameron to the grid.
He's here.
Oh.
Just gonna get here.
Steve Cameron walking off.
They're still waiting for the grid because they haven't the hands for it.
Jason.
Looks like Steve Cameron was saving his energy, hanging out in the shade.
But I'll tell you, it was mighty. Kart was just a festival day.
If that name sounds familiar, he is also your race promoter for this weekend.
Always good to see you. And then,
Try to stay out of trouble.
Wednesday if you can.
But I'll try to do Wednesday, and then maybe let's do Wednesday market.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Have fun.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.
I got it.
Oh, he's right there.
Check him out downstairs.
Like that. I don't have enough fuel for 20 laps. I don't either. But I got the fuel, but I got the weight. 18, come on.
That race in the 80s, round process like this, like in the car.
Oh, really?
You would literally
Trying to get it to keep going?
And then he got out and started pushing, and everyone's cheering. 80s turbo cars.
It won't be bad. It's close to going.
Hey, Bill. How many laps we doing?
Throw it all out to hell.
Hey, Bill, how many laps we doing?
You're going 18. I don't care what that is.
Okay. Just making sure, my friend.
Thank you. 18 laps. Remember, the motor's in the class.
See?
Hey, do it here 12, 11. Until the leader goes to stand up, it's all right, that's enough. I'm not going to drink, I'll need a beer.
Am I going to try and split you, camera guy?
Maybe 8 laps.
Hey, camera guy, are we trying to have it split you?
I'm gonna rotate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can stay there. I just didn't know if you want me to.
No. I was gonna rotate as soon as you turn your engines on. I was gonna do this.
Guys.
You gotta tell Simmons to bring in a freaking keeper.
Yeah.
You're messing with my gear time.
You're racing at 5, but
Oh my god. It's the worst thing to ask.
It's like, yeah, jump over the fence.
I'll be up to California, 1 mile from my house.
You ride the 7?
Yeah.
I'm not racing 1 year. How many horses?
That's when ours will be here Memorial Weekend.
Ryan go to the
Yeah,
get a good shot of
I gotta
the
see with my kids. Somebody else.
Well, last year I talked to my friends, I was like, you guys want to go see the Sweet Spiders? They're like, no. I was
Imagine
like,
that.
that's a bad lineup.
Uh-huh. It was great. They put on a great show last year.
Did they?
Was that?
Did they?
Yeah. That was their second time playing there.
Andy Saisman, if you're watching, this one's for you. You got your lawnmowers on the hillside there. And no rain. That's for you, Andy. So Sonoma always has a beautiful view this time of the year. We had some rain up here last week. The grass is going to turn green for a few weeks, maybe a few months. That's always very picturesque. So the kart track here at Sonoma is on top of the hill, overlooking the valley. So we're just taking a break for a moment while we let timing and scoring catch up. All right, looks like we got the green flag to hit the track. So the 125 Limited is hitting the track. Once again, our pole sitter is Pat Beckley, off pole, Steve Pagot. So our 125 limited shifter class is on track. This is their warm-up lap. We are getting ready to race here at Sonoma Raceway for the ROK Sonoma series. Pat Beckley, kart number 43. Steve Pagot, kart number 15. That is your front row. Bill McAllister is lining up our drivers on the track. Send them around for one more lap. This might give us a chance to look at the new tic-tac-toe section here at Sonoma Raceway. 125 Shifter Limited is lining up for the start of the main event. The 125 Limited will run 18 laps. Our Pro ROK Shifters, they'll run 20 laps. Getting the drivers lined up. Visors are down, green flag. We are racing. Drivers are going to go into turn 1. Looks like Pat Beckley has the whole shot. And that looks like Brian Devert may have slotted into second. So we have 2 GFCs going 1-2. Oh, it looks like Steve Cameron. Steve Cameron is now in second. He had a great start. So something happened with Steve Pagot. He dropped back 3 spots. He's running in 4th. Pat Beckley has a pretty comfortable cushion right now, and they haven't even gone around for the first lap. So here the drivers come down the straightaway. Pat Beckley is out in the lead. Steve Cameron is in second. Brian Devert is in third. Steve Pagot is in fourth. Fifth, that looks like it might be Travis Bowles. Sixth, Ori Della Pena. And then seventh, that looks like Nicholas Kolivas. So it looks like all of our drivers made it through the first lap and a half with no incident. So the new tic-tac-toe section here at Sonoma, depending on who you ask, gets mixed reviews. Let's see, Steve Pagot was looking to go to the inside. Nothing there. Pat Beckley has a comfortable cushion out in the lead. Let's see, Brian Devert looks to go the inside of Steve Cameron, decides not to. So Steve Cameron maintains second. So kart number 19 is Steve Cameron. Kart number 22 is Brian Devert. And then we'll see. Steve Pagot all day long has been in the top 2. We'll see if he can pick up some speed here to go chase down Pat Beckley. The race is still young. We're only 2 laps in. So Brian Devert looks to the inside going into turn 1, makes a pass on Steve Cameron. That puts him down to third. Brian Devert is now in second. Now, oh, and there goes Steve Pagot. Steve Pagot gets around Cameron, gets into third. So that puts Steve Cameron back to fourth. We're going to keep an eye on the kart of 22 of Brian Devert to see if he can close the gap on Beckley. As you can see here in the video, there's already a comfortable cushion for Pat Beckley. And then you have the other drivers coming out tic-tac-toe. Oh, it looks like Travis Bowles goes to the inside. That's Travis Bowles to the inside of Ori Della Pena. It looks like Ori's going to try to counter going into turn 1. Makes the pass stick. Bowles goes wide, loses an additional spot. So it looks like Nicholas Kolivas. So Nicholas Kolivas picked up a few spots there. Let's see, back to the front. Pat Beckley is turning purple laps. So Pat Beckley is turning fast laps. It's hard to catch the leader when he's the fastest kart on the track. Right now there's a 2.6 second differential between Pat and second place Brian Devert. We're going to keep an eye on that gap right there. So right now we're watching Brian Devert and Steve Pigot. Oh, now Ori's dicing it up. That looks like that was Steve Cameron he was dicing it up with. So we're following our drivers through the tic-tac-toe section. Let's see, that's Ori Della Penna, followed by Steve Cameron. And right now we're following our leader, Patrick Beckley. As you can see, he has a pretty comfortable cushion. Second place is Brian Devert. So back to the racing action here. So it looks like Patrick Beckley is going to catch our 80 driver already. That's going to put Richie Rich a lap down. Richie Rich stays wide. Everyone passes with no incidents. So as you can see, we just had Patrick Beckley leave our screen. And he's already building a 3-second gap on second place. So we're watching our drivers go down to tic-tac-toe after they exited Laguna. Let's see here. Ori Della Pena is applying pressure to race promoter Steve Cameron. So right now we have Steve Cameron currently running in fourth. And it looks like Travis Bowles goes over the curb, gets around Ori. So Travis Bowles looks like he's going to drop into that fifth spot. Let's see if Ori goes around him again. Ori goes to the inside. So Ori Della Pena So we have a good race happening right now for fifth. So Steve Cameron has a little bit of a gap, but right behind that is Travis Bowles and Nicholas Kolivas. So let's see if Travis Bowles can close the gap on Steve Cameron. Yesterday we were joking with Steve saying he was probably praying for rain today because he does not spend much time in a shifter kart. Travis Bowles is now on the rear bumper of Steve Cameron. So the drivers go through the S's. They're heading into Laguna. Now they're heading down into tic-tac-toe. Back at the front, we still have Pat Beckley as your leader. So we're going to try to pick up the action between Brian Devert and Steve Pageau. Steve had a bad start, which dropped him down to 4th. They're heading down into tic-tac-toe. So we're going to try to follow the action here for 2nd. So out front is Brian Devert. Steve Pageau is in 3rd. Looks to go around the outside, going down the straightaway. Crisscrosses, going into 1. Not enough room for Steve Pageau, so he still maintains that 3rd spot. But Brian Devert definitely knows Steve Pageau is right there now. Crisscrossing down the straightaway. Steve knows he's eating up valuable track time to try to catch Pat, so he needs to make a move quickly here. So the drivers are going down to tic-tac-toe. Looks like Steve has a good run. Let's see if anything happens here. So our drivers are putting down the 80 another lap. Hopefully they don't catch him going into 1. It looks like they're going to. So Brian Devert has his hands full right now. Brian Devert in the kart number 22, followed by kart number 15 of Steve Pageau. So the battle for 2nd, and then there's a battle for 4th. So there's 2 battles going on the track right now. So you can see Brian Devert is in that black and white chassis of GFC. Steve Pageau is in the black and orange chassis of the CRG. Let's see if something happens here. Steve is all over the track trying to find a way around Brian. Meanwhile, further back, Nick Kolivas finally gets around Steve Cameron. But right now we're watching the battle for 2nd place. This is the 125 limited shifter class here at ROK Sonoma. And as they come by, they're going to have 3 laps to go. Three laps to go. All right, we're going to give these guys a couple of more turns to make something happen. Otherwise, we're going to go try to pick up the battle for 4th, which is right behind them. And Travis Bowles goes to the inside of Cameron, washes wide. So we're going to pick up the battle here for 4th. So right now we're watching Steve Cameron and Travis Bowles. This is the battle for 5th place right now. So Steve Cameron has the cue ball helmet. Travis Bowles has the gray helmet. Let's see if Travis tries to make something happen here in tic-tac-toe. He goes in wide, tries to get the run and the momentum coming out of tic-tac-toe. So we're going to grab the white flag. Looks like, is there a pass for second? No, nothing for second. So we're going to try to pick up the battle for second before the checkered flag. So here's the battle for second between Brian Devert and Steve Pigot. Let's see, Steve Pigot, is he going to make a dive bomb effort? Nothing there for Steve. So Brian Devert finishes second. That's a great run for Brian. Steve Pigot finishes third. Nick Colivas fourth. Steve Cameron fifth. Travis Bowles is in sixth. And we don't want to forget about our race leader. Pat Beckley is our race leader. And he won with a dominating drive from flag to flag. Your main event winner for 125 Shifter Limited, Pat Beckley. So next up for our racing action is going to be the Micro and Mini Rock class. Micro and Mini Rock. Oh, shoot. So next up, we're going to have the Micro Mini Rock class hitting the track. Looks like our pole sitter is Gabby Gadera, followed by Dexter Salaveria, Eric Doan, Brandon Tran, Mateo Calderon, Henry Fogarty, Landon Cadora Dolph, and Jimmy Fogarty. So once again, this is our mini and micro rock class. So what we've done here at Sonoma, all the drivers run the same exhaust. We score them separately, but they all race heads up. So once again, your pole sitter, Gabby Gadara. In heat number 2, she had a great last corner pass to take the win, which earned her the points to sit on pole. So Gabby's bringing our group through tic-tac-toe. They're going to come up the hill. So these are our youngest racers here at ROK Sonoma. The age starts at 7 years old. So we're going to keep an eye on our head flag man to see if he's happy with the rolling start. So here the drivers go. Nope, they get one more lap. They were almost 2 single file going up to the green flag. The main flag man waved them off so they could regroup. So what the flag man is looking for, he's looking for their rolling speed down the straightaway. He does not want them at full speed. And he's looking for a uniform 2 rows side by side through most of the field. So here we go. Gabby Gadara, Dexter Salaveria is your front row. They get the green flag going into turn 1. Looks like Eric Doan is pushing Gabby through the pack. So it looks like Eric Doan is going to be in second. Mateo Calderon. Actually, Mateo Calderon might end up in second after they exit Monaco. So right now there's a lot of racing action for that second spot. So it looks like Dexter Salaveria, cart number 181, is in second. Mateo Calderon is in third. Eric Doan is in fourth. Landon Cadora Dolph is in fifth. Oh, contact! I'm not sure if Dolph made contact with Doan or with Calderon, but it looks like Calderon is done coming out of tic-tac-toe. Oh, wow, we have a cart off in turn 1. We'll see if that driver is okay. There was a lot of shuffling there. So now we have the race for second here. That looks like it's Eric Doan back in second. Landon Cadora Dolph is running in third. I'm trying to get a cart number on our 4th place cart as they come around. But Gabby Gadara has a huge lead now. 4th place is cart number 144 of Brandon Tran. And so we'll follow back up with our driver. So it looks like our driver is standing up and getting out of the cart and getting on the wall. That's a fast part of the track. So understandably, that driver is going to be a little shaken up. So back to the racing action here. So right now we have Landon Cadora Golf in our focus. He's on the Tony cart with a black helmet. Eric Doan is right in front of him. So later this weekend, I'll have to go back and watch the footage for that turn 1 incident. from my angle here in the tower, it looked like the driver just went off the track. I don't know if contact caused it. So it sounds like the driver that went off the end of the straightaway was Dexter Salaveria. So I can see him walking around the track, so he appears to be okay. Right now we have Eric Doan on the camera. Eric Doan is running in second place. So first couple opening laps was very exciting for the mini micro class here at ROK Sonoma. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact on the first and second lap spread the field out. We have a couple drivers that are off. So right now, Gabby Gadera, your race leader, has a 5.5 second lead over Eric Doan. And then running in third is Landon Cadora-Dolph. Running in fourth, Brandon Tran. Fifth, Henry Fogarty. Sixth, brother Jimmy Fogarty. And we have two drivers off, Dexter Salaveria and Mateo Calderon. So we're going to keep an eye on the track to see where the racing action is going to happen next. But right now, a number of the drivers are pretty spread out. So here we have Landon Cadora-Dolph on the screen, kart number 44. It's pretty hard not to find a smile on that kid's face in the pits. So the drivers are going through tic-tac-toe.
Bob, why don't you try to pick up the leader? 2 carts in front of 2 carts. She's way ahead. That's her right there, yeah. All right, on to Bob. And Ryan, go ahead and pick up the leader.
All right, so now we're picking up the leader. Gabby Gadera, who keeps just clicking off lap times. Now she's 6.5 seconds in the lead. Like I mentioned earlier, in the heat race, she had a beautiful last corner pass for the race win. So we're just watching Gabby Gadera go around the ROK Sonoma facility. This weekend we are running the racetrack in a counterclockwise direction. So this is the reverse national track. So this is kart number 132 at Gabby Gadera. There's nothing going on out there. So right now, we're focused on the action of Eric Doan on the track, kart number 143. Once again, this is our mini micro rock class at ROK Sonoma. This is our youngest age group here. And it looks like Gabby Gadara just went purple. Her lead has increased to 7.5 seconds over Eric Doan. She's just laying in the laps right now. So we're back to Landon Cadora Dolph right now. So right now on the track, our drivers are pretty spread out, so it's hard to get a group shot. We do have multiple cameras on the track, but after the first couple laps, the racing action was very spread out. And just to follow up on our driver that went off the track in turn 1, looks like Dexter is okay. He walked away from the kart under his own power. So here we are back to So right now we have kart number 28, Jimmy Fogarty. If that last name sounds familiar, it is a racing family. Dad's Tommy Fogarty. So Tommy's not racing this weekend, but he does race at the Prairie City Kart Track in the Master Briggs class. He has 2 boys running this weekend, Henry and Jimmy. Now we're going to pick up Gabby. We're going to follow Gabby around for a little bit. So we have 2 laps to go. And our mini and micro drivers, they race for 15 laps. 2 laps to go. Gabby's going to come along here. She's going to grab the white flag. And unless there's a big misstep, it looks like this might be her race. Second place, Eric Doan. Third, Landon Cadora Dolph. Fourth, Brendan Tran. And then fifth, we have Henry Fogarty. Sixth, Jimmy Fogarty. And the 2 karts that are off, Dexter Salaveria and Mateo Calderon. So unfortunately for Mateo, there was definitely contact earlier in the race in tic-tac-toe. That was one of the incidences that caused the gap on the track, but he was not able to finish. And here comes Gabby up the hill for the final time this weekend. One more corner for Gabby Gadara. And here's your race winner, Gabby Gadara. And then we have Eric Doan in second. Crossing at the same time was Jimmy Fogarty in number 28. So Jimmy's going to win his micro rock class. And then he's going to finish 6th overall on the track. Here comes Landon Cadora Dolph. Brendan Tran. And 5th place, Henry Fogarty. So next up for our racing action is going to be the 100cc senior class. I don't know. I don't know if she was stopping to grab the flag, do a victory lap.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. We had some action on the track that was not on camera. And our race winner, Gabby Gadara, stopped in the middle of the track.
They're not clear yet, so I gotta wait.
I'm guessing it was because Bill McAllister just wanted to say congratulations to her.
They're still not. I don't know if it's cutting out too far away or what.
So next up, 100cc. 100cc seniors. And it looks like our pole sitter is Eddie Shimon. Off pole, Roman Madrigal. Third, JC Perez. Fourth, Christopher Martin. Fifth, Gino Sandoval. Sixth, Michael Ting. Seventh, Ryan Persing. Eighth, Ayrton Tyler. Ninth, Yoshim Kapoor. 10th, Carlos Calderon. 11th, Benjamin Kwan. 12th, David Kale. And 13th, Joey Levin. So next up is going to be our master 100cc senior class, followed by our junior 100cc.
I don't go Kachal, I go Kachal.
This is our front row of the 100cc senior class. These are all air-cooled engines, 100cc's. So this is our front row here, 100cc senior. Kart number 919, Eddie Shimon. Off pole, kart number 977, Roman Madrigal. Kart number 985, JC Perez. Kart 911, Christopher Martin. Kart 922, Gino Sandoval. And kart number 998, James Monaco. So next up is our senior 100cc class. These are the main events at ROK Sonoma. These drivers are going to run 18 laps 18 laps for the 100cc classes. So over the past year and a half, while we've been doing the live streams here at ROK Sonoma, this 100cc class has been one of the more exciting classes to watch. So let's see if Eddie Shimon and Roman Madrigal are going to put on a good show for us. And now our drivers are on the track. 100cc Senior is on track. So Eddie Shimon is out. In the front, cart number 919. He will start inside on pole for the main event. Outside row 1 will be Roman Madrigal. Once again, this is our main event here at ROK Sonoma, round number 2, and this is the 100cc senior class. So our head flagman has given them the sign to grid up. Once again, like our mini and our micro rocks, the 100cc classes also do a rolling start. And the two things our flagman is looking for is rolling speed down the straightaway to be slower than a normal race pace, and 2 uniform rows throughout the field. In our heat races today, turn 1 has been fairly clean. So here we go. Eddie Shimon, Roman Madrigal, they're eyeballing each other to keep the pace. There's always a little bit of a game going on the starts. Let's see all the drivers. It looks like they make it. Oh no, we have contact in the back of the field. So it looks like our guys are going, but we need to get to the attention back in the front. Let's see here. Eddie Shimon is out in the lead. And that looks like it's JC Perez who's running in second. Gino Sandoval in third. Christopher Martin in fourth. James Monaco looks like he's running in fifth. This is a great run for James. All right, we're going to come through for the first lap. Shimon, Perez, Sandoval, Madrigal, Levin, Martin, Persing, Tyler. So on the track, it looks like we have James Monaco running in fifth. Right now, I'm not picking up his times. We'll give it another lap. But here's our race leader, Eddie Shimon, looking over his shoulder. And here's the rest of the pack. So we'll see on this circuit here if Monaco gets picked up. All right, so our live timing is going to be a little bit off compared to what the track results are. Not sure what's going on with Monaco's transponder right now, but he is running in 5th. So we're going to keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, we have Eddie Schimann running in the lead. J.C. Perez is still holding on to 2nd. Gino Sandoval in 3rd. We have a collision down in Tic-Tac-Toe. I can't tell if that's Roman Madrigal down there. It's definitely James Monaco. Monaco's in the cart. So I think that was Roman Madrigal down there and James Monaco. Right now we're focusing on our race leader, Eddie Schimann. So hopefully Roman's okay down there. It looks like James Monaco is okay. He had a hell of a run going, running in 5th. And then we have an update from the race before. Dexter Salaveria is okay. Talking to his brother Dustin. His little brother's okay. So that's good news. And now we're back to the racing action here in 100cc Senior. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the camera when there's a lot of action going on the track. But right now, we're watching our race leader, Eddie Schimann, who's being chased down by J.C. Perez, and that looks like Gino Sandoval. I'm going to have to go back and watch what happened with James Monaco because I was busy looking at the scoring and timing. He was not showing up, and the next thing we know, he was off in tic-tac-toe. And then Roman Madrigal sacrificed his own race to help James out. So Roman got James going again, but it looks like Roman's cart was unable to go. So Eddie Schimann really stands out with that helmet. Bright green helmet. He drives the GFC chassis in the black and white livery. Behind him, we have J.C. Perez and Gino Sandoval. It looks like Ryan Persing is running in 4th. That's a solid run for Ryan. And then in 5th, we have Ayrton Tyler. And 6th, Yoshim Kapoor. And we're going to have 11 laps to go. So right now, we are watching the battle for 2nd between J.C. Perez and Gino Sandoval. So right now, we're going to keep an eye on the time difference between Schimann and Perez. Currently, there's 0.8 of a second. So we'll see if these drivers are going to work together to catch Eddie. No. Eddie is a 10th faster on that lap. So now there's a 9/10 difference. So on the track, we're looking for some action elsewhere on the track. We don't really see anything. So we're going to keep focus here on second place of JC Perez, who's closely followed by Gino Sandoval. So the drivers are coming up the hill, coming on the straightaway. And Eddie Schimann, now it's another 2/10 faster than second. So now we got to see if JC is holding up Sandoval, and if they would be better swapping positions here to go catch Schimann. So let's keep an eye on Sandoval. Let's see if he tries to make a move here, going into Laguna or tic-tac-toe. So right now, these two drivers are trying to catch Eddie Schimann, but the lap times are not cooperating. And Eddie goes another 2/10 faster. All right, keep an eye on Sandoval. He had a good run coming off the corner. They enter into Monaco. Sandoval gets around him. So I missed the pass on that one from my angle. But Sandoval got around JC Perez somewhere between turns 1 and Monaco, which is turn 3 on this layout. So let's keep an eye on the lap times. Now that Sandoval's in second, let's see if he's going to close that gap to Eddie Schimann. He's going to have 7 laps to make something happen. So right now the gap between Eddie Schimann and Gino Sandoval is 1.6 seconds. So further back in the field, looks like the battle for, let's see, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Michael Ting and Carlos Calderon are having a good battle. Going through the S's. Yep. So we're going to try to pick up that battle between Carlos and Michael Ting. Because Sandoval, he has about a 1 kart lead. Let's see, it looks like we have those drivers in focus. Carlos Calderon and Michael Ting. Let's see if there's going to be some more action there. We stayed on second place for a long time because that was about the only thing happening on the track. But then Carlos has been charging through the field. So we'll see if Michael is going to be able to challenge for that 7th spot. And back to the front. Eddie Schimann has a 1.9 second lead over second. So with Sandoval going into second, and J.C. Perez in third. They are still not catching Eddie Schimann. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some more action here between Carlos Calderon and Michael Ting. So if Calderon, if that sounds familiar, his son Mateo was racing in the race before this. He races in the mini micro. He was caught up in a tic-tac-toe incident, so that kept him from finishing his race. Can we So we're going to try to grab the action between Benjamin Kwan and David Kao. Did we catch that action in time? I think we did. So right now, this is the battle for 9th and 10th. So right now on the track, you're not going to be able to see it. There's a battle for 2nd, there's a battle for 5th and 6th, and there's a battle for 9th and 10th. So right now, we were focusing on the battle for 9th and 10th. We're going to have 2 laps to go. So Eddie Schimann is out in the lead. Let's try to grab the action here for 2nd between Gino Sandoval and J.C. Perez. So we're going to try to grab the action here between Gino Sandoval and J.C. Perez. There is 1.5 laps left in this 100cc race. So there we go. This is going to be the battle for 2nd. This is going to be the white flag lap. You can see out there in the foreground, there's Eddie Schimann, but he is all by himself. So J.C. Perez has 1 more lap to make something happen. Let's see if he does something here in Monaco. Now they're going to enter into Kramer. Nothing there. Perez is running out of corners to make something happen. So Sandoval is holding his own in 2nd. Looks like J.C. Perez has a good run coming out of tic-tac-toe. They're coming up the hill. Not enough there. So your winner, Eddie Schimann, walked away with this race with a 3.5 second lead. 2nd place was Gino Sandoval. 3rd place, J.C. Perez. 4th, Ryan Persing. That's a good run for Ryan. 5th, Yashim Kapoor. 6th, Ayrton Tyler. 7th, Carlos Calderon moving up. 8th, Michael Ting. 9th, David Kao. And 10th, Benjamin Kwan. And we had a drag race there at the very end. So I know that race was a little bit hard to follow right there with all the action happening in the first couple of laps. But Eddie Schumann with the walk-away victory. There was really nobody that can challenge Eddie after that first lap, and then a couple on-track incidences spread out the rest of the field. There was some good racing action, but not as tight as we're used to seeing here in the 100cc senior class. But next up, we're going to have the junior 100cc. Junior 100cc. So next up is our junior 100cc.
So 100cc.
Your pole sitter, Ethan Boer. Kart number 881.
Yep.
Kart number 837, Casey Moyer. Kart number 818, Anthony White. I'm sorry. Anthony White is kart number 816. His neighbor, Max Altman, is kart number 818.
That's 818. The whole Max.
818, there we go. 818. Max Altman. Kart number 806, Yana Kapoor. Kart number 833, Hudson Sharp.
On the warm-up lap, how you're getting your tires dirty.
Kart number 805, Ridgely Welsh. And kart number 874, Keegan Pallett. This is our 100cc junior field. And kart number 876, Dylan Turner.
Senior Rock, Master Rock. Make your way to the grid. Pro Rock Shifter, Master Rock Shifter. Start thinking about it.
So once again, this is our 100cc junior field getting ready for the main event. I'm not sure if we're trying to clear the track. And the track is green for 100cc junior. the 100cc juniors on the track. Your pole sitter, Ethan Boer. Off pole, Anthony White. So here they come. Anthony Boer brings him up the main straight. Casey Moyer on the outside. We have a green flag going into turn 1. And it looks like all of our drivers made it through nice and clean. Ethan Boer is in the lead. And that looks like it's going to be Anthony White in second. And it looks like Max Altman in third, Casey Moyer in fourth. Contact in the back of the field. Let's see if our drivers are going to be able to continue. All the karts are back under power. So we're picking up the racing action here with Ethan Boer going into tic-tac-toe. And look at our drivers go through there side by side. It looks like that's going to be Max Altman coming out in second. Casey Moyer in third, Anthony White in fourth. Kart number 833 of Hudson Sharp is in fifth. So right now we're going to try to focus on the action for second. But Ethan Boer is already stretching out a lead. So like the race before, we're just going to look at lap times between first and second. But let's see if Max Altman can pull the field around to catch Ethan Boer. So here they come up the hill, entering the straightaway. There's your leader, Ethan Boer, followed by Max Altman, Casey Moyer, Anthony White, and Hudson Sharp. Does Moyer go to the inside? No, not enough there. But Altman is definitely stacking up the field behind him. Let's see if Casey Moyer tries to make a pass here. So right now we have Ethan Boer in the lead, and we're watching the battle for second. So Altman, Moyer, White, Sharp. Let's see if Moyer makes something happen here. Nope, nothing there. But White had a good run coming off of turn 1. There goes Anthony White to the inside of Casey Moyer of Monaco. Moyer is kind of stuck in the inside. Hudson Sharp tried to make a pass on the outside of Kramer. So keep an eye on Anthony White. Let's see if he has a little bit more pace than Max Altman. So our race leader, Ethan Boer, looks over his shoulder. Keep an eye on Anthony White running in third and Hudson Sharp running in fifth. So right now, Max Altman is hanging on to that number 2 spot. Currently, the time difference between Ethan Boer and Max Altman is 1.97 seconds. So we're going to keep an eye on that time the next time around. Visually, it looks like Boer is gapping the field, but time will tell when they come back around. So last time around, the time difference was 1.97 seconds. Now it's 2.18. So Ethan Boer just put a tenth and a half on the field. So Anthony White's going to have to make a move here to get around Altman. And it looks like Hudson Sharp is now in fourth. So Hudson Sharp is now in fourth. That puts Casey Moyer in fifth. And on that last lap, Hudson Sharp went purple. So the last time around, Hudson Sharp was the fastest kart on the track. He is currently running in fourth. Oh no, we lost Max Altman. Max Altman pulled straight off the track. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we get our roaming pit reporter down there to find out what happened to Max Altman. Because he was running in second and just went straight off the track. I don't know if he lost a chain. Who knows what happened? It's all speculation until we find out. But he just pulled off. So that leaves Ethan Boer with a 2.5 second lead. But Hudson Sharp, now he's in third with Altman pulling off. He's bumping the rear bumper of Anthony White going down the straightaway. Does not attempt to make a pass. Let's see if he tries to pass going into Monaco. So Hudson Sharp is in kart number 833. Anthony White is in kart number 816. So last time around, Ethan Boer 2.6 seconds ahead of second place of Anthony White. Let's see what the time difference is now. Anthony White just went purple. Anthony White went purple. They did not close the gap on first. However, they didn't lose time either. And there goes Hudson Sharp to the inside. Hudson Sharp to the inside of Anthony White. So Hudson Sharp makes the pass. Makes the pass for second. So we're going to watch these lap times because that lap before, Anthony White had fast lap. Hudson Sharp made the pass for second. That puts Anthony White in third. So Ethan Boer, your leader. So the time difference for the last 3 laps has been 2.6 seconds between Ethan Boer and second place. So there's going to be 8.5 laps left for these drivers to try to catch Ethan Boer. But watching the pack, it doesn't look like anyone can really work together. Hudson Sharp is definitely the quick kart out of those 3, and he's pulling away. So let's see if he can do it by himself. And an update on Max Altman. Looks like there was a broken header for Max Altman, which is why he pulled off. That's unfortunate because he was running a solid second. .6 seconds. Hudson Sharp just went purple, setting fastest lap. However, he's not closing the gap. So we have Ethan Boer out in the lead. And we've said this other times on our broadcast. Unfortunately, when the leader just checks out like this, they don't get a lot of airtime. But we'll definitely, if there's no racing later on towards the end, we'll definitely pick him up, give him some airtime. But right now, he is just controlling this race. So let's see here. Oh, we got some action going on. That was Anthony White going to the inside of Casey Moyer. So these two are dicing. And this is going to be for third. So Casey Moyer's in fourth, goes to the inside of Laguna. Makes the pass on Anthony White. That puts Anthony White in fourth. So with these two battling, that's not going to help their cause to go catch second. But they're putting on a great race for us to watch. Let's see if Anthony's going to close the gap here. Looks like Anthony has some good pep under his right arm there on the straightaway. Anthony White to the outside of turn 2, crosses it over, going into Monaco. Goes in late, makes the pass stick. Goes into Kramer, a little defensive. Casey Moyer looks like he's going to try to go around the S's. That's a low percentage pass move right there. We've seen a lot of guys sail it through the S's trying to make passes. So Casey Moyer is not giving up. He is trying to get back around Anthony White. Meanwhile, Hudson Sharp running in second. Keeps running purple laps. And he's cutting the time difference down to 2.5 seconds. So there's going to be 5 laps to go. We're going to keep an eye on Hudson Sharp. We're also watching the battle for third right now between Anthony White and Kart 816 and Hudson Sharp, Kart number 833. I'm sorry, that's not Hudson Sharp. That is Casey Moyer, 837. So right here we have Anthony White and Casey Moyer going through tic-tac-toe. So tomorrow, we're going to have some of these drivers on our NorCal Monday show for NorCal Karters. And there goes a pass. Does he make it stick? Casey Moyer makes the pass stick going into turn 1. So Moyer's driving defensive, trying to maintain that pass. Let's see if Anthony White makes it back by. So as I was saying, tomorrow we're going to do a junior driver show, NorCal Karters. We have a waiting list going for a 4th show as well, but we're waiting to hear back from Nico Sarfati. If you're happening to watch this broadcast, drop us a PM with your email. We need to send a permission slip to your family. But right now, back on the track, 100cc Junior. So we have Ethan Boer as your leader. Hudson Sharp is in second. Casey Moyer is in third. Anthony White is in fourth. We're going to have 2 laps to go when they come back around. So Hudson Sharp is trying to chip into the lead of his teammate, Ethan Boer. But right now, Ethan Boer just keeps laying down steady fast times. So the gap has maintained about 2.6 seconds between Boer and Sharp. But right now, the battle on the track is for third. Currently, Casey Moyer, kart number 837, is in third. And Anthony White, kart number 816, is in fourth. What white flag right now? So Ethan Boer is going to come up the hill, and he's going to have one more lap. One more lap for Ethan Boer. Hudson Sharp just went purple again. Hudson Sharp went purple again, but he is going to have to chisel off 2.5 seconds on this last lap to make any sort of attempt for the lead. So we're going to keep an eye on the battle for third right now between Casey Moyer and Anthony White. And then we will grab the checkered flag for our race winner, Ethan Boer. Let's see here. So Ethan catches a lapper in tic-tac-toe. Basically parks him. Ethan looks over his shoulder to make sure no one's behind him. And here we go at the win for Ethan Boer. Ethan Boer and his teammate Hudson Sharp had a great run. Third, Casey Moyer. Fourth, Anthony White. Fifth is going to be Yana Kapoor. Let's see here. Do we have 6? So that was a fun race to watch. That was our 100cc junior class. I'm pretty sure Ethan Boer is going to be excited about that one. Earlier today he goes, "Hey man, can you give us a shout out?" So I was messing with him. I was like, "What do you mean by a shout out?" So Ethan, there's your shout out. Good job today. All right.
Towers.
Kart number 881, Ethan Boer. Great job, Ethan. Hudson Sharp, 833.
I know, out of all the pictures I know.
So that was a fun race to watch, especially for third between Casey Moyer and Anthony White.
That's all 320.
So right now, we're just going to keep the camera at the scales. We heard a bunch of yelling, a bunch of excited family members down there.
What the heck? How did it get so much heavier?
So at these type of events, the crew and the family are not allowed past the scales. So they have to wait till they cross the scales and wait.
Good drive. Well done, man. Well done. Good job.
There's Team Boss GFC congratulating his drivers.
Hudson, good work, dude.
Thank you.
Hey, Hudson.
That's going to be a fun one to go back to on YouTube and watch later.
Yeah, I'll go get some. Yeah.
So Hudson Sharp and Ethan Boer trading fast laps back and forth. I'm not sure who ended up with the overall fastest lap for that main event. It was one of those two drivers. But Ethan Boer was able to step out on the early laps of that race. Made it difficult for the rest of the field to catch him. Next up, Senior ROK, Master ROK. Senior ROK, Master ROK. Grid A. So Senior ROK, Master ROK, Grid A.
Job.
So how did you line them up? Who's in the front, seniors
I
and the
did it
masters?
exactly the way it was, because they couldn't figure out who was where. Tower, are you ready to go?
So
Grid is getting ready. This is our Senior ROK, Master ROK. Senior ROK, Master ROK. That's a combined class. Kart number 313, Colin McGrath. Kart number 370, Torsten Olsen. Kart number 624, Hunter Hagenbuck. Kart 614, Daniel Jones. And Kart 615, the camera guy almost got ran over down there. Gotta have happy feet. So our Senior ROK, Master ROK class is hitting the track. So here we go. This is the main event. Senior ROK, Master ROK. Pro ROK shifter, Master ROK shifter. Make your way to Grid A. Pro ROK shifter, Master ROK shifter. Grid A. Green, green, green for Senior ROK, Master ROK. We head into turn one. And it looks like that's Colin McGrath out in the lead, followed by Hunter Hagenbuck. And is that Torsten? Looks like Torsten got shuffled all the way back to 6. This track is difficult. If you're starting on the outside row, it's pretty easy to get freight trained. So that was Torsten dropping all the way back to 6. So here we go for our first lap. Your overall leader, Colin McGrath, second, Hunter Hagenbuck. So once again, this is a mixed class. So Colin McGrath is running in senior. Hunter Hagenbuck is running in masters. For the race call, I'm just going to blend them together, and periodically I will break the classes apart. But right now, your overall leader is a senior driver. Second place on the track is your Masters ROK leader. And they're nose to tail. In the heat races, they were also nose to tail. So I don't know if it was strategy on Hunter's part, just to sit back and follow Colin around the track, because they're not racing each other for points. Then further back, let's see, cart number, that looks like that's Fred Clark, cart number 615. And then cart number 614, Daniel Jones. And we have Ying Lee, David Palick, and Torsten Olsen. So right now the battle is going to be for fourth. So it looks like Ying Lee tried to make a pass on Daniel Jones. Really not much there, but he scrubbed a lot of speed, so we'll keep an eye on these two. So we're going to try to get those two in the frame. Oh, and contact is made between Torsten and Palick. I need to go back and look at that one later on. I don't know if anything was really there for Torsten. And the hard part is that's a senior driver mixing it up with a Masters driver. So the Palick is not too pleased with that maneuver. But the video replay will show better. Hopefully the drivers are okay. So let's see here. Now we have that looks like we have Daniel Jones and Ying Lee. So this is the race for fifth on the track. So out front, Colin McGrath actually has pulled away from Hunter Hagenbuck a little bit. But right now, we're focused on the action for third, fourth, and fifth, because that's about where all the dicing is going on right now. So we have Fred Clark right in front of these two, of Daniel Jones and Ying Lee. So Fred Clark is in third, Daniel Jones is in fourth, Ying Lee is in fifth. And also, you could follow along with Race Monitor or Speed Hive for live timing. So right now, this is the battle for third. Actually, we might have to try to pick up the battle for the lead here. So the leaders are going through tic-tac-toe. I don't know if Hunter is going to try to pass Colin because they're racing in different classes. Points-wise, there's no advantage to it. Both of these drivers have checked out from their respective classes. But at the end of the day, everybody on the track are racers. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys for a lap or two just to see if something happens. Actually, Hunter has a good run going into Kramer. So keep an eye on Hunter in that GFC kart, the 624, as they go into Laguna. Now they dive down into tic-tac-toe. Looks like Hunter has a good run coming out of tic-tac-toe going up the hill. Nothing there to make a pass attempt. So once again, your overall leader, that is Colin McGrath. He is a senior driver. Second place on the track is your Master Rock leader. That's Hunter Hagenbuck. And these two are just leaving their class. So once again, if you're just joining us, points-wise, there's no advantage for Hunter to pass. And then maybe here, we've given him a couple of laps. Maybe we could pick up the action for third between Fred Clark, Daniel Jones, and Ying Lee. Oh, it looks like Ying Lee has made it around Daniel Jones. So I was watching that live. I don't know if we got that on the camera or not. Time will tell. But Ying Lee slotted around for that 4th spot. So let's see if Ying Lee is going to chase down Fred Clark and attempt to pass. Here they go into Kramer. Ying Lee looks. Not enough room. So keep an eye on the cart of 615 of Fred Clark. So these two are racing in their respective classes. These are both master drivers going for that 3rd spot overall. And of course, as we cut away to the action for 3rd on the track, Hunter Hagenbuck is now in the overall lead. But right now, we're going to watch the battle for 3rd between Fred Clark and Ying Lee. So here we go, Fred Clark. He is your lead cart. He is 3rd overall on the track. Ying Lee is in 4th. It looks like they're pulling away a little bit from Daniel Jones, who is running in 5th. And Hunter Hagenbuck, the Masters driver, is in the lead. He has the overall lead, and he is checking out. But right now, we are watching the race for 3rd between Fred Clark and Ying Lee. Once again, these are Senior Rock and Master Rock drivers, 125cc, single speed, water cooled. Depending on what internet forum you want to read, between 35 and 40 horsepower all these carts. So we have some good action here. Ying Lee is trying to get around Fred Clark. So it looks like we have 7 laps to go. So 7 laps to go. Ying Lee definitely has a momentum here. Fred Clark's just hanging on to that 3rd spot. So we're going to keep an eye on Ying Lee to see where he makes the attempted pass move. It's definitely coming up. The fun part about the single speed class is the drivers really got to plan out their passes. So they both have a good run down the straightaway. Ying Lee is going on the outside. Fred Clark drives defensive right down the bottom of the track. Fred Clark maintains that 3rd spot. Even while these two are dicing, they're pulling away from 5th. And Ying Li had the look going into Kramer. I think he was waiting for an invitation. Not sure about that one. There was a wide open track in front of him. So Fred Clark is doing a great job maintaining that third place on the track. And Hunter Hagenbuck just went purple. Hunter Hagenbuck went purple. I've said it before, it's hard to catch the leader when he's the fastest guy on the track. So Fred Clark. Oh, here we go. Ying Li goes to the inside, exiting tic-tac-toe. I think he hurt his momentum, though. But Fred Clark kind of parked it coming out of there. Ying Li didn't want to run in the back of him, tried to go around, scrubbed both their speed. Oh, here we go. Ying Li gets around Fred Clark. Now they're drag racing into Kramer. That's a popular corner for a lot of contact. And Ying Li finally gets around Fred Clark. Now let's see if he can pull away a little bit. There's not going to be enough laps for these guys to catch second. But that was a fun race to watch. Oh, Fred Clark gets loose coming out of tic-tac-toe. That's going to give Ying Li a little bit of breathing room. That's going to be about a 6-kart mistake right there. So the next time Ying Li looks over his shoulder, he's going to see he has a little bit more of a cushion. Meanwhile, our leader, Hunter Hagenbuck, is just checking out. He is our overall leader and the Master ROK leader. Second on the track is your senior ROK driver, Colin McGrath. He's leading his class, but second overall on the track. And then with the position change between Ying Li and Fred Clark, Ying Li is running in second in Masters. Fred is running in third in Masters. So this is your Senior ROK, Master ROK class, Senior ROK, Master ROK class. On Grid A, Pro ROK Shifter, Master ROK Shifter, Grid A. So we're going to have one more lap to go. So one more lap to go. Let's see if we can grab the action of our leader going down the straightaway into turn 1, Hunter Hagenbuck. So if we can try to grab the action up front for our race leader, Hunter Hagenbuck. Coming through the S's. So we have Hunter Hagenbuck coming into Laguna. We're going to try to pick him up on this last lap here. Nope. Tic-tac-toe. Right there. Camera 2. So here we go. Hunter Hagenbuck coming across the start-finish line with his win. Colin McGrath, your ROK senior winner, second on the track. And then we're going to have Ying Li, third on the track, second in Master ROK. Fred Clark is going to come back in fourth. 3rd in Master Rock. And Daniel Jones 5th overall. So that was a fun race to watch, even though there was multiple classes out there. Hunter and Colin gave us a good little race, and then Fred Clark and Ying Lee for about 10 laps. We're going back and forth, back and forth. So next up, we're going to have the Pro Rock Shifter, and Master Rock Shifter. You're woke? You're liberal?
I'm sorry. Brother, have some fun, huh?
So it looks like our Pro Rock Shifter drivers are getting ready. Kart number 416, Brian Martin sitting on pole. Teammate Kevin Woods, one of our master drivers, dropping down to run with the kids. Kart number 481 of Brian Keck. So for his limited seat time, he's doing really well this weekend. So Brian Keck, 481. Then we have kart number 430, Henry Barton. Henry's the young guy in that group. He had a monster hole shot in the second heat race. Right now he's starting in 4th. Kart number 418. Brad Lloyd. Brad Lloyd is starting in 5th. Looks like our camera guy's going to get run over. Kart number 472, Tazio Otis. So once again, this is our Rock Shifter class. Pro Rock Shifter, Master Rock Shifter. Our 2 master drivers, Patrick O'Neill and Michael Gwash. The rest of the field is Pro Rock Shifter. And once again, these are standing starts. Standing starts. And your front row is Ryan Martin and Kevin Woods. So Ryan Martin is bringing the karts around the track. So Pro Rock Shifter is on the track. Master 100cc Grid A. Master 100cc Grid A. You will wrap up our main events today. Master 100cc. So here we go. The last shifter race of the day. Pro Rock Shifter is on the track. Brian Martin, Kevin Woods, Brian Keck, Henry Barton, Brad Lloyd, Tazio Otis, Patrick O'Neill, and Michael Gouache. So we're going into turn 1. Brian Keck with the whole shot. Brian Keck is into first. So that's going to leave Ryan Martin and teammate Kevin Woods and their other teammate, Henry Barton, battling it out for second. This might be the little gap Keck needed. He's nursing some sore ribs. So what a hole shot by Brian Keck. So Ryan Martin goes to the inside of Kevin Woods, coming on the straightaway. So let's see, Kevin Woods here. Does he push his teammate? Let's see if Kevin Woods is going to work with Ryan Martin to go catch Brian Keck. Or are the gloves off on these two? So Brian Keck, Ryan Martin, Kevin Woods, Henry Barton. And that looks like it's Patty O'Neill running in 5th. I'll have to confirm that number. So right now, Brian Keck is your race leader. Ryan Martin is slowly trying to catch him. But this race just started. We're only 2 laps in. So these drivers are going to run 20 laps. 20 laps for the ROK Shifters. Now Ryan Martin's right on the rear bumper of Brian Keck as they enter into Kramer. Now they go through Mamo S's into Laguna. So we're going to keep an eye here on the front 2 karts. So we have the leaders battling it out. So far, this is one of the closer races between our lead pack that we've had all day long. So Brian Keck and Ryan Martin are pulling away from the field a little bit. Kevin Woods is kind of by himself in 3rd. Henry Barton's in 4th. And then that does look like it is Patrick O'Neill in 5th. And then Brad Lloyd in 6th. So out of these top 4 drivers, Brian Keck, he has a lot of experience, but probably has the least amount of track time over the past few years out of all these other drivers. But he finds himself in 1st place after a monster start. And Ryan Martin is right there. Looks like he's just being patient. There's only a 0.2 of a difference between Brian Keck and Ryan Martin. And there's a 0.5 second between Martin and teammate Kevin Woods. Oh, Martin had a good run going through tic-tac-toe in the middle section, but had to check up because he had too much speed. And in that corner, if you don't time it just right, there's no room just to go around somebody. So let's keep an eye on Ryan Martin, who's running in 2nd. See if he tries to back off a little bit to capitalize on that section of the track. So Brian Keck is in the GFC chassis. Ryan Martin on the CRG. So Ryan is right there. He is not allowing Brian Keck to check out. But in the meantime, it looks like these two drivers have put about another 1/10 of a second gap over third place, Kevin Woods. You see Ryan Martin trying to get on the brakes hard. He's thinking about something now. Brian Keck has a lot of racing experience. He's just not going to point Ryan Martin by. Martin's going to have to earn any pass he attempts on Brian Keck. Going down the straightaway, the two drivers look about even. Going into Monaco, Ryan's hard on the brakes, closing the gap. Ryan Martin definitely looks like physically he's trying harder than Brian Keck. So let's keep an eye on these two. Let's see if Ryan's working his tires too hard. Who knows? I'm just making stuff up. So Brian Keck is in the lead. Ryan Martin is right there. So here comes Ryan Martin again, hard into Monaco. You can see his steering wheel shake as he gets on the brakes. And then further back, Kevin Woods is still right there. He's only a half a second back behind Ryan Martin, and Barton's only a couple tenths behind Woods. Oh, something happened there down in tic-tac-toe with Keck. It's so hard to tell down there. It's a weird angle coming back towards the tower. I'm personally a fan of the new tic-tac-toe section because I like how it added another technical spot to the track. A lot of the racers really loved how tic-tac-toe, the old version, you just flew over it. And there was a technique to it. If you hit it wrong, it knocked your teeth out. If you hit it right, you kind of glid right over it. But now that it's a little sharper, a little tighter, it's a little bit slower, it's definitely more technical for guys. And timing passes and your runs is much more critical. Brian Keck is still hanging on to that lead. Not put the wheel wrong during this race. Looks like there's 10 laps to go, so they're halfway through this race. This is a great drive by Brian Keck. Once again, he has probably the least amount of recent track time compared to the other drivers in the top 5 here. Going down the straightaway, the drivers look like they have equal horsepower. Ryan is able to close a little bit under braking, but not enough to make any sort of an attempt on a pass. Oh, there he goes. He looks to the inside on Monaco. Ryan Martin is working those tires hard right now. It almost appears that Keck is pulling out a little bit of a lead. Not enough to be comfortable, but not enough where a pass isn't imminent. Let's see. Looks like we lost a couple of drivers. Is that Tazio? Tazio Otis? It looks like we lost Tazio. It looks like we lost Henry Barton somewhere. Oh, Henry Barton on the exit of Tic-Tac-Toe. Not sure what happened with Henry. We've been pretty focused on this race action here for the lead. That's a shame for Henry Barton because he had a really strong race going. He was running in 4th. There really was no challenge for 5th. So this is an exciting race to watch. I'm not saying a lot. I'm kind of letting the video itself do its own explaining. But you can just see Brian Keck. He looks like he's in control, looks fairly calm. And you can see Ryan Martin trying at every possible moment to use those brakes hard to close the gap. But there's just not enough room for Martin to get around Keck in a calculated manner. But Ryan is right there. And I can't help but think if Kevin Woods is kind of just sitting back a little bit, maybe thinking if a little contact is made between 1st and 2nd, he has the momentum to run around both of them. But we lost Henry Barton. Henry was running in 4th. So right now, it's really the battle for the lead between Brian Keck and Ryan Martin. And Kevin Woods has a comfortable 3rd place sitting spot right now. And everywhere else on the track, there's just no contention going on anywhere else on the track right now. So we're just going to stick with this battle between Keck and Martin. And it happens to be for the lead. But going down the straightaway, 2 different power plants. And they look equal to each other. Up, Ryan Martin to the inside going into Monaco. No contact is made. Brian Keck comes right back going into Kramer. Couldn't tell if there was a little bit of contact there in the middle of Kramer. Ryan looked like he went a little bit wide. I don't know if it was from contact. If it was contact, it was incidental. Now let's see if Ryan Martin is able to pull away. Or if Brian Keck managed his tires and still has a lot more Kart underneath him. So the 2 drivers, they're just nose to tail going down the straightaway. So your new leader, Ryan Martin in the CRG 416. 2nd, Brian Keck. Kart number 422 on the GFC. Ryan is definitely not pulling away. So Brian Keck is right there. So being that there's nobody behind Brian Keck, he kind of has that comfort zone. If he wants to try a couple of aggressive pass attempts, he has that flexibility right now. Ryan Martin started running the shifter last year and quickly found himself at the front of the shifter field. So it looks like Ryan Martin had a better run coming up the hill, exiting tic-tac-toe. This is the white flag lap. White flag lap. And Martin has about a 2-kart lead over Brian Keck. Let's see what Brian's able to do here on this last lap. It's not going to be good enough for Ryan Martin just to drive around with a blocking line. But he may have the gap he needs to pull out this win. Keck looks good going through tic-tac-toe. Who has the run going up the hill? Looks like they're even coming up the hill. Ryan Martin is out front. Brian Keck. Whoa! What happened? Wow. I don't know if that's a broken chain, a stuck in, I don't know what happened. But Ryan Martin, 200 feet away from the line. Something failed.
What did he do?
Again, it's all speculation on what happened. We'll definitely ask Ryan Martin. But he looked like he had the win, and all of a sudden, Keck had to zip out of the way. He still has second place, but that has to be very frustrating as he drove a great race. He drove a great race, and 200 feet from the start-finish line, it sounds like he lost his chain. Sounds like he lost his chain. Great job by both of those drivers. Because that could have been not so pleasant, all of a sudden losing horsepower. And with Brian Keck in second, not expecting Ryan basically just to coast across the line. We're all wondering here in the booth if we actually caught the start-finish line, because our camera guy was running over there when everything happened.
That was incredible.
But from start to finish, that was just a great race. Brian Keck had control for most of the race. Ryan Martin never gave up. He came in, took the pass. He led for a number of laps, and it looked like it was going to be his race. And a chain on the last 200 feet. So next up is our Master 100cc class. Master 100cc is next up. And this will be our last main event for round number 2 here at ROK Sonoma. So I don't know if I could have been more excited. I don't know if it came off that way. I thought for sure Ryan Martin had the win. I was handing him the trophy, and last second, no power. Keck drives around, takes the win. But knowing Brian Keck, I need to talk to him afterwards. I don't know if he really wants to have a win that way. Brian Keck's a hardcore racer. He likes earning his wins. Granted, he was right there, but I don't think he was expecting that either. But that was a lot of fun to watch. So that's going to be a good one to go back and view on YouTube. Meanwhile, we have the Master 100cc class on the track. And it looks like our pole sitter for 100cc Masters, Josh Budafuco. I'm going to have to be very, very careful with that name. There's been a couple of slips already. Give me a moment here. I need to see the carts. I need to grab the numbers so I can give you a running order. Let's see if Brandon likes the grid as they roll up the main straight. Looks like they have a decent pace. Off pole, cart number 168. That's going to be Kieran James. I don't think he's out there. There's only 5 carts. Yeah. Yep. So we're going to check with timing and scoring, but right now we only have 5 carts on the track. So it looks like we have a competitor that maybe didn't make it. But Josh is out in the lead, followed by cart number 744. That's going to be Scott Fermanic. And just give me a moment here. Some of these drivers have changed helmets and bodywork. Third place, cart 723. That is John Madrigal. So right now, Josh Budafuco has a pretty comfortable lead already, and there's only 1 lap down, but he's about 5 cart lengths out. It looks like that's Scott Fermanic running in second, John Madrigal in third, cart number 769, that is Shane Howe. And then I'm wondering if the cart in fifth is Kieran James. So Josh comes across the line. So it looks like Josh is running purple. So our current running order, Josh Budafuco, Scott Fermanic, John Madrigal, Shane Howe, Kieran James. That's your top 5 in the 100cc Masters class. So right now on screen here, we have Scott Fermanic running in second, holding off John Madrigal. So we're going to stay with these guys a little bit. So once again, this is the 100cc Masters class on track. Air-cooled 100cc engines, single speed. But Josh is out front with a commanding lead. And then John Madrigal, he's looking for a way around Scott. But really, nothing has opened up for him. So we have Scott Fermanic running in second, John Madrigal running in third. John gives him a little bit of a shove going up the hill. A lot of times the little bumps could just mean, hey, let's go get the leader. But right now, there's already a 3-second difference between Josh and second. And Josh keeps running purple laps. So here we go, 100cc master action. Right on screen here we have Scott Fermenick and John Madrigal battling for second. So as you can see, tic-tac-toe looks differently. The middle section of tic-tac-toe has been removed and they elongated it, so it slows the karts down in the middle section, makes it a little bit more technical. The drivers can't fly over the curbs like they used to and carry that speed up the hill as we run this reverse national layout. But it's definitely changed the racing because it's definitely created a different technical spot on the track. Some of the drivers have figured that section out quickly, and it was pretty noticeable. It looks like as we are now running the third time with that layout, other drivers are figuring it out, so there's less disparity down in that section. Let's see if John Madrigal has enough momentum coming up the hill right now. Doesn't look like it. Scott Fermanick is ducking. He wants to maintain that second position spot. John Madrigal is just pacing him. Right now, there's really no other action on the track. Oh, he looks to the inside. So exiting Monaco, John was looking to the inside. There wasn't really anything there. So keep an eye on these two. John's pretty close and probably has the upper hand when it comes to chasing the kart, because he has the advantage to know where he's losing time or gaining time. Both of the drivers look like they have good engine parity going down the straightaway. So if the last name Madrigal sounds familiar, John's son Roman runs in the 100cc senior class. So Roman's been a front runner the past couple of years. And then over the past couple races here at ROK Sonoma, John Madrigal's been running the 100cc Masters class. And once again, this is our final main event for round 2 here at ROK Sonoma. So Josh is checked out. Josh has a 6-second lead over second place. It's kind of hard to break away to follow the leader when there's action going on for second. It seems like we've done that a few times in the past and missed the passes or missed the action. So Josh, I will do my best not to destroy your name or get fired. But Josh Budafuco is out front with a 6-second lead here in the 100cc Masters class. And it looks like Scott Fermanick has a good handle on second spot here. Granted, he's been shadowed the whole race by John Madrigal. I wish I had a little bit better angle going down the straightaway. It's hard to tell how close the drivers are going into turn 1. Oh, now we have 4th place of Shane Howe. He's going to get himself into the action here for second. So does this mean Scott is holding up John Madrigal? But Madrigal has to know Shane Howe is chasing him down, because Shane Howe has been closing the gap over the past lap and a half. 2 laps ago, Shane Howe wasn't even in the conversation. Now he finds himself on the rear bumper of John Madrigal. Now we have a 3-kart battle for second place. Let's see if Shane just makes quick work of this. Goes to the inside. Not enough room there. He thought about it. He tried it. Not enough room. That's the fun thing about the single speed racing action. If you're going to attempt to move, you better make it stick. Otherwise, you really hurt your momentum. So now he's going to need a couple of corners to kind of make up that difference. Might even be a couple of laps at this point. So Madrigal needs to make a move. He needs to get around Furmanek, because Howe's right back on his rear bumper. So here's Howe right back into the screen. Second place, Scott Furmanek. Third place, John Madrigal. Fourth, Shane Howe. So it looks like Scott Furmanek is in that Esprit chassis, which is an OTK product. Not sure what John Madrigal is on. I believe he's also on an OTK product. And then Shane Howe looks like he's on a GFC chassis. John Madrigal is tucking on the straightaway. He's looking for anything to get around Scott. And our race leader, Josh, I need to double check what chassis he's on. But I thought he might have been on a GFC as well. If I'm wrong, someone correct me. But come on, John. You're going to have to make a move here. Shane Howe is back on your rear bumper. So far, Scott Furmanek hasn't made any errors. He's been maintaining that second spot all race. And it almost looked like John Madrigal gave it a look going into 1, but he was too far back. Tucked back into 3rd. But Shane Howe is going to make an attempt going into Monaco. Shane Howe takes over that 3rd spot from John Madrigal, but then he washes wide. They're going to go side by side into Kramer. Everything's nice and clean, but that gives Scott Furmanek, that gives him 3-kart cushion. So keep an eye on Shane Howe. See if he can pull away from Madrigal and go chase down Scott. So it looks like we're going to have about 4 laps to go. So Shane Howe is now on the rear bumper of Scott Furmanek. He just made a pass last lap in Monaco. Now he goes to the inside of Scott Furmanek in Monaco. That's 2 passes into Monaco for Shane Howe. Oh, now they're going side by side through the S's. Are they going to give each other room? No, Howe was able to slot back in front. Let's see if Scott Furmanek has anything left to get around Howe. But earlier in the race, we were not talking about Howe at all. He wasn't even in the frame, and all of a sudden, we found him in that 4th spot, right on the bumper of John Madrigal. He made a pass in Monaco, made it stick. Then he went after Scott Furmanek, also made a pass into Monaco, made it stick. So let's see if Shane Howe can pull away. Oh, and Scott lost a little bit of momentum there coming off of Monaco. From my angle, it looked like Madrigal was actually going to be able to get a run and maybe challenge for a pass going into Kramer. Second place is not Shane Howes yet, because Scott Fermanic is right there in third, John Madrigal right there in fourth. You could cover these three guys with a blanket. So Shane Howell looks over his shoulder. Scott Fermanic goes down low on the straightaway, too far back to really attempt a pass. Let's see here. Does Scott try to go into Monaco? Oh, he looks. Shane actually left the door a little too wide there. That allows Fermanic to cross him up, exiting Monaco. They go side by side into Kramer. A little bit of contact is made. Madrigal kind of helps Scott by giving a little bit of a push to push him through. But in the end, after Kramer and the Gidley S's, there is no position change. So Josh Buttafuoco took the white flag, but the race right now is for second. All three drivers are ducking behind their fairings. Looks like it's Scott Fermanic looks to go to the inside. Not enough room to make a pass. Let's see if there's anything in the tank left. Let's see what Madrigal does here. There's nothing there for Madrigal. There's nothing there for Fermanic. Shane needs to tighten up his line just a little bit, but he can't scrub any speed. Because we've seen it before where someone blocks too hard and a guy 2 spots back comes around. So here we come. Second place is coming out of tic-tac-toe. They're coming up the hill. There's our race winner, Josh Buttafuoco. That is your race winner. And then here come our drivers for second. Shane Howell for second, Scott Fermanic for third, and John Madrigal for fourth. Now that's a good race to wrap up the weekend. Every single lap had action between those three karts. That was a lot of fun to watch. Those drivers need to be happy with that result. And that was our last main event, round 2. ROK Sonoma. Here's your race winner, Josh Buttafuoco. And I know Josh is going to correct me because he did after the last race too. I'm just so hesitant on really screwing that name up in the wrong direction. Josh, great job out there.
Oh my God. Fuck yeah.
So he's congratulating his teammate. Let's see here. Yep, Josh is on a GFC chassis. Teammate, Sean Howe on a GFC chassis. John Madrigal, Shane Howe, fist bump each other for a great race. Scott Fermanic's back there talking to John Madrigal. I'm sure they're talking about how that was a lot of fun. Those are the kind of races that make me want to get back in a kart. When they're dicing back and forth like that, those drivers did a good job, and we're going to wrap up the broadcast. But tomorrow, on NorCal Mondays, we're going to have a panel of junior drivers. Tune in to Facebook and Instagram for the list of the drivers that are tuning in tomorrow. And we already have a waiting list for the next junior show. So, my master drivers, you keep asking for a master show. Grab your friends. If you want to do a Master Briggs, Master Rock, Master Shifter, we don't care. But grab your friends. These juniors are getting the job done when it comes to booking our shows.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for tuning in today.
I'll take it off when I. Yeah, you're right there. Oh, right there. Let's go.
Nowhere else to go.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. If you have one of our transponders, please return it to the scales or to the tower. And then also stick around for the awards presentation. And thank you everyone for a clean racing day. For the most part, we had some great racing action. Everything was nice and clean. So thank you.